Okay, good morning. So today I think it is about the polity introduction, correct? So it's about Indian polity. Clear? Okay, so Indian polity you will encounter first in the prelims exam, clear? And second in the mains exam. And we will check whether it will going to encounter an interview also or not. Correct? So first in prelims exam, we already know there is GS paper 1 and GS paper 2 is there, correct? GS paper 2 is totally say set. Now comes to the GS paper 1 for example. So in GS paper 1, how many questions will be there? 100 questions you will going to get, total 100 questions, all the GS, okay? Out of that, how many questions belongs to the polity section? That is important. So if you check in the last 10 years paper, so around average 15 selected till 20 questions you are getting only from the polity, correct? So that means the 20% weightage you are already having from the polity itself. So definitely we cannot ignore the polity. If we ignore, then UPSC will ignore us, correct? So that is the importance of this polity is. Another important benefit of the polity compared to any other subject like history or environment or geography, ki suppose example in history there are 10 questions are there, okay? Suppose history there are 10 questions are there and you try to attempt all the 10 questions. Chances are that ki 5 may be correct and 5 may be incorrect. Even it also possible ki 5 you solve, 10 you solve, only 3 are correct and 7 are incorrect. Clear? Now, if you say do same for the polity, like 10 questions if they're asking, if you try to solve it, then chances will be that 7 to 8 will be correct and hardly 2 will be incorrect. So ultimately you are not losing marks in the negative marking also. Here you are losing in the negative marking. There you are not going to lose in the negative marking because reason is this: the questions that coming from the polity, they are the easy questions. Okay, and to understand polity is also easy compared to other subjects. See, it is preference for every other persons because someone definitely they can like other subjects more than polity, but by and large and average we check it, then polity is the favorite subject for most of the student because कि one good book is available, syllabus is also prescribed in a proper manner, correct? So that is the case is, so this is the benefit of this. See, so like for example कि there are 20 questions that is there in the polity, okay, in GS paper 1 and you solve all the 20 questions for example, or not solving, you are solving like 18 questions, not even 20, 18, 2 you have not touched. Chances are that here around 13 questions will be correct and hardly 5 will be incorrect. Or agar if you are above average student, then chances will be that out of 18 around 15 will be correct and 3 will be incorrect. So what is the average marks? 15 and 3 are incorrect, so you will less one question also negative marking. So ultimately your 14 are correct effectively because see 15 are correct, 3 are incorrect and one third is negative marking, so one question already gone in the negative marking. So effectively how much questions, how many? 14. So total how many marks you have received? 28 from the polity only, correct? Now check the cutoff. Every year cutoff is moving around 75 to 85 marks average. General category I'm talking, not reserve category, AWS or OBC or SC and ST, because their cutoff definitely will be lower than this. Suppose example there is a cutoff is 80 marks. Average I am going to take it. 28 to 30 is already you got. So how many more marks you need require now? 50, correct? So that means 50 means how many questions should be correct? 25, correct? And out of how many questions? 80. Because 20 already have done from the polity only. 80 questions belongs to other subjects. So out of those 80, how many you should be correct? 25. So is it difficult task now? So if you are 100% good in the polity, automatically your pressure will going to be reduced easily, because right now you require just out of 80 25 questions to solve to clear the cutoff for general category. If you belong to like SC, ST or EWS, OBC ka prelims mein there is not hardly difference in the cutoff from the general category, but others definitely 4 to 5 marks difference will be there. 4 to 5 marks means only 22 questions you require to solve. Clear? So that is the reason is we need to read polity properly, and it does not require too many revisions also, unlike in case of like history or environment where you have to revise multiple times. Here you should not do this, and focus more on static portion, correct? Because see, whenever you start your preparations, everyone will put pressure regarding the current affair part. See, if I need to categorize, static is always greater than, okay, your current affair as well as PYQ or as well as anything, correct? So suppose example ki if you are 100% sure, 100% good in static, correct hai na, then 100% chances are that you will clear the exam without even touching the current affair. In the prelims I am talking, not mains right now, correct? That means if one student is there, see, yeah, just we are taking a hypothetical situation. One student has not read at all current affair at all, zero, but he focused 100% on static portion, he will clear the exam. Other student, he has not focused 100% on a static portion, that means he focused 50%. Again 0% there is no chance. 50% he also covered static, but 100% in current affair. Again there is no 100% guarantee that he will clear the prelims exam. Correct? So static always should be your number one priority. Number one, correct? Current affair you can cover even within 1 month, within 2 months, correct? That is more than enough. I am not saying that you should ignore current affair, but I am saying you should not ignore the static portion, correct? जो भी हो, polity, economy, history, environment, PYQ is also important. But if suppose example you just read PYQ only, but you are not reading properly static portions, but just on only PYQ, whether you can clear the exam, again will you will not. So static is 100% you should focus, correct? And polity mein to definitely static is number one, you have to focus on static only, correct? Current affair later only. Clear? So from the starting of your preparations, first focus on static. Then after 2 months, when you already covered some polity, some economy, some geography, then only you start understanding current affair also. From the day one, how you can understand the current affair? For example, you do not know about the Parliament, Raj Sabha, Lok Sabha, their elections, and there is newspaper when they are giving some news like regarding the role of the speaker. How you will understand role of the speaker when you do not know the static first? Like for example, current affair when they are talking about that a cyclone is coming in Bay of Bengal areas, how tropical cyclones they are generated. When you do not know the static portion, how you will understand that current affair? But when you 100% know static, then that current affair is easy, correct? Like example in the newspaper when they are saying like RBI has coming with monetary policy committee, they have given some report, they have given about repo rate. But when you do not know repo rate, how will understand that part? So static is always important. Clear? So in prelims we understood now कि polity is important. All subjects are important, होता है ना, all are equal, but polity is more equal basically, correct है ना, कि all are equal but first is polity only. So that is the importance of polity in prelims. Now comes to the mains exam. So in mains exam you will get polity in GS paper 2 basically, correct? Here in GS paper 2 you will get one Indian polity, great. Second is like governance. Third you will get for example social justice, clear? And fourth you get like international relations. These are the syllabus. Now, so this is how many marks? 250 marks. Out of the 250 marks, we need to check it. Polity say you will get around 120 plus marks questions alone. Okay, out of 250. Like governance, 40 to 50 marks here, 30 to 40 marks here, 40 to 50 marks again. Clear? Clear है? So that is the way. Again we check GS paper 2 maximum weightage किसका है? Who is having maximum weightage? Polity only 125. One more thing is this कि governance you cannot solve without polity. If you do not know the polity, it is difficult to understand governance also. See, Indian polity basically क्या it is about the constitution only. So suppose example when we say the India में there is a governance or not. Governance means good governance, bad governance, simple. Good governance means when everyone follow the constitution, no one is breaking the constitution, we respect fundamental rights, we respect judiciary, parliament respect judiciary, judiciary respects parliament. That is what work is. So if constitution is good, then governance will be there. If everyone is following the constitution, whatever the oath they have taken, they will not do the corruptions and all those things, then automatically governance will be there. If governance is there, then we can say automatic social justice will be there or not. So see, all are linked. So even though you write answer about the social justice, you require constitution. If you write governance, you require constitution or not. So that is the importance of this is कि Indian politically all these three linked to each other. You cannot separate them. Like social justice is there. Social justice regarding the issues regarding the women, the rights about the children's. You have to take care of the constitution from there or fundamental rights. Correct? So this is the importance here again. International relations, it is separate. So again, polity is important here. Now, mains done. Up now, one more thing is essay. Correct? Essay is like 250 marks because there will be two essay, 125 into 2. UPSC asks two essay. Correct? Section A, section B. Again, there will not be any essay directly from the polity. Earlier it used to be there. Earlier, okay, like policy making pay one question is coming on the essay. Right now they are not asking any questions regarding that. But suppose example any question is coming regarding the women issues. Correct? Any questions, any essay on women issues. You can take the help of constitution from there. Content you can get it. You can get the content from the preamble. You can get content from the fundamental rights. You can get content from the DPSP, Directive Principles of the State Policy. So see, it is up to you how you are using that content. Correct or not? So if you are well enough, you know actually how to use that constitution content, then you can use an essay also. Definitely it will going to fetch 10 to 12 marks at least extra. If you are not going to mention all those things, then your essay will not be 360-degree. See, whenever you write an essay, it should we have all angles like political angle, constitutional angle, environmental angle, geographical angle, correct, international angle, historical angle. Most angles you have to take it 360-degree, then only you can get good marks in the essay paper. If you are just targeting only one angle, definitely you will not get the marks. Suppose example any issue, any essay is coming about the women issues. Okay, अब वहाँ पे you are just criticizing everything is that the conditions of women is not good. Correct? There is lot of crimes are going against women. There is no safe place for the women. Correct? Na? Then whether you will get the good marks there in your essay, because that means you do not know anything. See, there are problems are there, but there is areas are there where we have improved enough. There are women's are there, they have actually achieved lot of things. Okay, they gave honor to the country. We have to mention about those women's also. Correct? Na? So all angles we need to focus. Then only will get the marks. So there also you can get the help of constitution. Clear? So essay is done. Next come to interview. Right now, for example, interviews are running in the UPSC. Okay, so interview के लिए क्या है? For example, कि because polity is easy subject also, and जो interviewers are there, the panel members, they already work in the administration. Correct? So they know about the constitution easily, because maybe possible sometimes they were district magistrate, they were secretary. So they know about the understanding of the working of the central state governments. So they can ask some questions from the polity also to you. Like they can ask, okay, what is the difference between Gram Sabha and Gram Panchayat? You will cover in local self-government chapter. They can ask about the central state relations, whether cooperative federalism should be there or competitive federalism should be there. They can ask questions, suppose you are a district magistrate and there is some issues are going in your district, what actions you will going to take it? Without governance, without constitution, you cannot answer this question, correct? So again, this is going to help you there. They can ask about the amendment of the constitution, correct? So that is them. They can ask about fundamental rights. Some court cases are going on Supreme Court, because recently, for example, any important Supreme Court judgment came and it is your interview next day. They can ask from that part also current affair, but it is linked to the constitution only. So again, in interview also, you can get, you okay, chances are that, I'm not saying 100% you will be asked the questions, but chances are there कि 2-3 questions you can get from the up. Now it is not about sir 2-3 questions only. See, it is not about 2-3 questions. It is about, it is your strong area, correct? You can answer better. Suppose example, they ask questions, how much metric ton of India import gold? And such question they are asking 10. But again, it is not your strong area. So even though they are asking 10 questions, it is not going to help you. But यहाँ पे even though there are 3 questions, that is your strong area, you can give a better answer. Correct? So here also it is going to help polity only. Clear this? So now overall pictures we have seen regarding Indian polity. This is not only associated with prelims or mains, it will help in the GS paper and it will help in one more paper. Okay, one more paper. Ethics में case studies, correct है ना? वहाँ पे you are going to talk about like RTI, correct? Like citizen charter, okay, like attitudes, all these things. वहाँ पे case studies they can ask your district magistrate or someone, and there is this and that issues are there. If you do not know the working, if you do not know about the law and rules and regulations, you cannot write the case study answer there easily, correct? Because in case study does not mean it is only about the moral and ethical parts, it is about the legal part also. See, if suppose example 2 things are there, moral versus legal. Now you cannot ignore legal part ki I will not follow the rules but I will follow the moral rules. I will follow only ethical parts. I will not follow the rules and regulations. You have to follow the rules and regulations also. We cannot violate the law, correct? Clear है कि नहीं? So this is the case is कि here also polity will going to help you to write a better answer in the case study, because ultimately you are not actually this violating the rules and regulations, because this is the one major mistake that is done by the students. What they do it, they think that we need to focus only about the moral issues, only about the ethical issues. That is not the cases. They need to write about the rules and regulations also. Suppose example, one old citizen, that old citizen is coming to you and that old citizen is saying that he is not having a ration card. So that is the reason they are not able to get the food, correct? Up now you are a district magistrate, you will say immediately, okay, give this individual ration cards immediately, but you have to verify everything, whether he is having or not. If he is not having, what was the reason, what documents are missing. ऐसा नहीं कि just because he is an old citizen and you start giving everything. No. See, immediate whatever the help is needed, you have to help that individual. But after that, you have to follow the rules and regulations only. Suppose example, you are a SP, correct? IPS. And there is a one woman is coming and that woman is saying that one bad incident happened, one of few of the individuals, they have harassed sexually, and she start crying. What will you do? Immediately you will be going to take FIR. You have to verify or not. So that is the cases, you have to verify properly, correct or not? It is not like she was crying, you think that this is the right only. You have to verify everything, then only you have to follow further or not. But only thing is, whatever immediate help that women is needed, you have to take care of that. But later you have to follow the rules and regulations only. So that is the importance in the case study. So you cannot write case study just on basis of moral and ethical issues only. You have to follow the rules, regulations, constitutions, everything. Because there is nothing bigger than the constitution, correct? Because if someone is asking what is the supreme law of the land, so what is the supreme law of the land? constitution. There is nothing above the constitution. Clear? Sometimes, for example, like in interviews, if they ask questions, okay, like whatever a religious book is there, one side is religious book, other side is constitution, what will you follow? So yes, religious book is good, but it is not the personal space. Since I am going to become a district magistrate, if I am going to become an IPS, I am going to become an IRS or someone, I have to follow the constitution because we are going to take oath from it only, correct or not? See, religious book, I am not denouncing that religious book is not respectful for me. That is also respectful for me, but in my personal space, correct? When it comes to professional, I need to follow the constitution. But when I personal space mein, then definitely we will follow our own religious book, correct or not? So that we need to know the differentiation between personal space and professional space. Clear? So that questions they ask in interview just to know about your mentality. ऐसा नहीं, for example, you say no sir, for me actually Gita, Quran, Bible, these are the best, constitution comes second. You cannot answer like this only, and you cannot answer like this also. No sir, constitution is everything, Gita, Quran, Bible, these are nothing to me. Again, this is also wrong, correct? So that is the way you have to give the balanced answer. Clear? So any doubt abhi? So in GS paper 4 again you will get polity. So GS paper 2, GS paper 4 and essay, interview and the prelims. Itna clear ho? Next is, for example, how many questions that has been asked from the prelims exam, we need to check it. If so, around last year, if we need to check it, last year itself around 22 questions were from the prelims itself. How many questions were there? 22 questions from the prelims itself. Now one by one we will check it. For example, what chapters are there. See how we were going to cover in the class, we will cover from that perspective, not from the Lakshmikant perspective. So if you saw book source, so book ke liye definitely Lakshmikant, that is more than enough. Lakshmikant book, it is more than enough. Whereas other books are also available in the market like D.D. Basu, like Subhas Kashyap. But again, I am not saying that these books are bad books. They are also very good books basically, but that is not required for the UPSC. Lakshmikant, it is more than enough. Whatever the addition you are having, 6th or 7th, whatever the addition, that is more than enough. Clear? इसके अलावा, okay, NCERT you can cover, correct? Like Indian Constitution at Work. Correct? So 11th standard NCERT, that is enough. And after that there is no need of any book actually. उसके बाद are your class notes. Correct? So class notes में what will be covered actually? Okay, whatever your Lakshmikant. So whatever the relevant portions that is available in the Lakshmikant, relevant portion, I am not talking 100% Lakshmikant, relevant portions for the exam, that will be covered in the class notes, definitely. Plus around 40% extra you will get. 40% extra reason, because everything is not given the Lakshmikant from the mains perspective. There are topics that has been given in the mains exam that has not been given. Like some judicial cases are there, very important judicial cases, that is not given properly in the Lakshmikant, that you will get in the class notes. So extra 40% also you will get from the class notes. Iske alawa there is no need of any book. Clear? We will provide from our institute side, okay, we will provide one mind map that is purely based on Lakshmikant. Again, I am not saying that I have created myself, okay. See, I can't create anything from myself because everything polity is based on constitution only. So even Lakshmikant has written the book based on constitution only. So I can't create any other thing. So that is the reason is I have created, our team has created basically the mind map. Okay, so that will be around 400 pages of mind map, entire Lakshmikant. That also you can cover it, but for the revision purpose. I am not saying first you should read that only, but for revision is good, because you cannot revise Lakshmikant again and again because it is a bulky book. After that, no need of any book. Like for example, when you search on Amazon, some toppers, they're writing some books. Say don't read any book that is written by the toppers. Again, one or two exceptions. Others actually, why? Because they have cleared the exam by reading which book? Their own book or Lakshmikant? Lakshmikant. Then why you are reading their book then? Correct or not? So whatever books they are writing just for the publicity purpose only, because they have get the rank, that does not mean ki they can write a good book also. Correct? Yeah? Same individual if give exam another time, this is the honest truth, I am just bitter truth, you can say that ki those individuals who got like even rank 5 or even rank 10 and they have written a book, next time again they appear in the exam, chances are that ki they cannot clear the exam in the prelims also. There is no guarantee in the UPSC, correct or not? So that is the reason is we have to also read from the main source only. Correct? Hai? Now why they are writing books then? See, first important, you cleared the exam. For what purpose? To serve the public, correct or not? So what will you do after clearing the exam? You will enjoy some life. Then go for the training. Focus what is the problems are going in the public. You will try to search all those things. Then you will go to the field. You will try to solve that issue or you will write the book. What will you do? What was your main target? Main target was to serve the public only. So अब आप बोलो sir, why they are writing the books? This is one way actually. Okay, this is again a bitter truth. One way to convert black money into white money. Example I will tell you. I am a topper. I have written a book. Now I became an SDM or DM. पहले तो SDM होगा, DM बनने के लिए I need to wait at 7 to 9 years. If I do little bit corruptions, little bit मतलब थोड़ा थोड़ा 10 lakh, 20 lakh rupees. अब now the 20 lakh rupees I am getting, from where I am getting? I need to tell the source also, na? Correct? Without source I can't keep that money in my home, because someone is going to get raid, then definitely I will be caught or not. What I will say? Ki these many copies have been sold, for that I got this 20 lakh rupees. Who will go to verify ki these many copies have been sold? I will approach the coaching institute. I will ask the coaching institute, jitne bhi your students are there, distribute my books. Correct hai na? I will, like, book cost is coming like 100 rupees only, but MRP I mentioned 600 rupees. Coaching institute has purchased at what price? 100 rupees, but receipt जा रहा है कितने price? 600 rupees, extra 500 rupees per book that is getting around. 10,000 copies gone, 10,000 into 500, you can understand now. So whatever the bribe we got, that became now white. Now you understand okay, now why everyone is doing this early, because they got to know this thing. Okay, we write a book and then see immediately I can say that more than 10,000 copies have been sold in my village only. Who is going to verify? Whether they will go to their home to check whether you are having a copy or not? No one is going to check, correct or not? So this is one way actually. So here I am not targeting everyone. I am saying exceptions are there. But now this is one way they are doing actually. Correct है? Clear? और सबसे बड़ा, for example, the thing is, for example, problem is कि when you write a book on ethics and then do this to convert black into white. Correct? Now no one can target you because you have written the book on ethics only. Clear? And then they are doing unethical work. Clear, Avi? So I'm just saying you should not do all those things. Your main target was to serve the public. Then serve the public only. Correct? You will get happiness easily. So book is done. Not more than this, and that is the reason I also told already you whatever the mind maps you will get it, that is not created by me only, correct? That is based on which book? Lakshmikant only, when already best book is available in the market from the last 20 years, for example. Why we should require a new book actually? Clear? Because when there is no problem, then why we are trying to find the solution? Clear? Next is now. So how we are going to cover? First is prelims and mains, both will be covered in the same way. Okay, together only in integrated manner. There will not be like prelims first we will cover and then mains we will going to cover it. We will cover together integrated manner, because there is no such approach. Okay, first I will going to clear the prelims and then only we are going to prepare for the mains exam. It is not possible. And there is syllabus is also not bifurcated in such a manner. Even though when you read the prelim syllabus as separate and main syllabus as separate. But again, prelim syllabus is not in elaborate manner compared to the main syllabus. Main syllabus is elaborate manner में दिया है, and we need to cover main syllabus only. When we cover mains, automatically prelims will be covered itself. So first few classes, whatever we are going to cover, there will be introduction only or basics. That we are going to cover is basics only. Basics क्यों? Because so first 2-3 classes में, so that whatever the new terminologies that will come in the future classes, you can understand those terminologies easily. For example, we will cover what is state, correct? We will cover what is nation. We will cover, for example, state versus nation. We are going to cover state, nation. We can cover what is nation, state. कितना सारा हो गया? Okay, these things we will cover in the basic first. Then what is organs of state? So state theory, that is very important. Right now they start asking questions, and जो first intro classes were into first 3 classes ना, तो out of 20 questions, around 4 to 5 questions you will get from those 3 classes only, from the basic class. Clear? And then we will cover what is constitution. Correct? What is constitution? That we will cover. And after that, what is constitutionalism? ये भी cover करें. And then we are going to cover it written versus unwritten constitution. ये भी cover करेंगे. Clear? Then why, for example, India's constitution is lengthiest written constitution. Why India's constitution is the lengthiest? Reason should be there, so we are going to cover that also here itself. Correct? उसके बाद parts of the constitution. Then amendment, and after that amendment, types of majority. In the Indian constitution we will cover. Any doubt? Okay. After that, what is unitary versus federal features? That we are going to cover. What is federalism? That we are going to cover. Correct? Schedules of Indian Constitution. That will be covered under it. Clear? Next, after schedules of the Indian Constitution, federalism, unitary and federal features done. After that, we will cover borrowed features of Indian Constitution. What are the features that is borrowed from other part? We will cover that also. Then rigid versus flexible constitution, after that parliamentary versus presidential form of government. Parliamentary versus presidential form of government मतलब parliament like India, like UK, presidential form of government like USA. USA is not having a prime minister, president only, but India and UK they are having a prime minister. So इसको sometimes you get prime ministerial form of government also or cabinet form of government. So what is the difference between these two government? Together with it we can cover separation of power, correct? Separation of power like in USA, there is a more separation of power compared to India. Like in USA we check it, he like Donald Trump, he is a member of executive because he is a president. Because see, if you check, there is three organs of the states are there. This is the state, for example, three organs. One is legislature, other is executive, other is judiciary. Easy है, okay? Legislature मतलब for example India में we can take example is लोक सभा and राज्य सभा, that is parliament. USA में भी same है, they call themselves Congress, we call parliament Sansad, that they call Sansad as Congress. So they are also having two houses, that is House of Representative and Senate, correct? Like our Lok Sabha is their House of Representative, their Rajya Sabha is called as Senate, correct है? Executive मतलब Prime Minister, President, Ministers, they are the part of executive. Judiciary, Supreme Court, High Court, correct? Up separation of power when I say, then for example Donald Trump in the USA. So Donald Trump and his ministry, they belongs to which branch? Executive, legislature, judiciary? Executive because president है. But Donald Trump is not the member of Congress. Donald Trump is not the member of House of Representative. Donald Trump is not member of Senate also, correct है? So there is complete separation of power is there. कि you can be a member of only one organ, not all organ. But India, Prime Minister is member of which organ? Executive or legislature or judiciary? Prime Minister, executive, but Indian Prime Minister is also member of Lok Sabha है कि नहीं? Modi ji is the member of Lok Sabha from Varanasi, so he is member of here. That means he is a member of two organ. That means there is no separation of power. So India में we are not having a complete separation of power because one member is here also and that person is there also. But USA there is complete separation of power. Understood? So we will going to cover that part also here. Clear है? So once it is done, उसके बाद after that independent and integrated judiciary. That also have been covered. So India में judiciary it is independent or not? Indian judiciary is independent, yes it is independent, correct? Integrated means क्या होता है? Integrated means like judiciary is linked to each other. Like for example, this is subordinate judiciary, like district courts, है ना? This is for example High Court, and this is example Supreme Court, correct? High Court judge is promoted to Supreme Court, and the judge promoted to High Court. One more. Who supervise High Courts? Supreme Court. And who supervise subordinate courts? High Court. So they are linked to each other or not? When you file your case in subordinate courts, and if you are not happy, then you can appeal against it or not. So where will you go now? High Court. Again, if you are not happy, then Supreme Court. So again, they are linked. But in USA में कैसा है USA में? This is, for example, USA Supreme Court. Then these are US's High Courts. Correct? And below there will be some subordinate courts also. Correct? Like this. Like when you file a case here and case is coming to the USA High Court, then you cannot go to the USA Supreme Court. USA High Court is final authority. So क्या होगा कि some of the cases that you can bring only in the High Court and some cases you can bring only in the Supreme Court. It is not like that कि every case you can bring both in High Court as well as Supreme Court. Like if matter is related to the Constitution, so where will you go to here in USA? Supreme Court only. If matter is related to the armed forces, where will you go? Here only. If matter is related to the crime, where will you go? High Court only. That is the reason in USA, some states there is a capital punishment is there. In other state there is no capital punishment is there because state to state the crime is different. But India mein it is same for everywhere. If you do crime, same crime if you do in Maharashtra and same crime if you do in Tamil Nadu, the punishment will be same or different? Same मिलेगा. Correct है? USA में नहीं है ऐसा. Correct है? This is the difference. India में क्या है? Same case you can file in High Court also and you can file in Supreme Court also. Like if matter is related to the Constitution, so where we need to go in India? We can go High Court also and we can go Supreme Court also. So that is the reason we say that this is integrated judiciary. But this is not integrated to each other. That means this case will not go here until unless there is a constitutional case. It will not go there. So they are not linked to each other. And this is the reason is USA Supreme Court is not having that much of burden because how many cases are coming? So for example, here in USA, entire year, in 1 year, USA Supreme Court get around 1500 to 2000 cases every year. Jo that coming from through appeal, through Supreme Court to, through US High Court to Supreme Court. How many cases are coming? 1500. कितना टाइम में? 1 year में. अब now India में how many cases are coming from High Court to Supreme Court? They are coming around 2000. USA में how many? 1500 in 1 year. And India में how many are coming? 2000 in 1 week. अब now this will be overburden or not? Correct? That is the reason is around 50,000 cases they are pending in the Supreme Court only. Total around 4.5 crore cases are pending in Indian court. And majority of they are pending at the subordinate level. Correct? Around 1 crore is pending at the level of High Court and around 50,000 cases are pending at the level of Supreme Court. Reason आप समझ में आ गया? You understood the reason? Because of integrated judiciary. So now they are getting in 1 year 1500 and they are getting 2000 in 1 week. Correct है ना? And in 1 year how many weeks are there? 1 year 52 weeks. Correct है ना? So 52 into 2000 कर लो आप समझ में आ गया 52 मतलब whatever the case US Supreme Court is getting in 52 years we are getting in 1 year. Compounding अलग होगा. Correct है कि नहीं? This is the case is regarding integrated judiciary. So US Supreme Court is not integrated but Indian Court is integrated. But both are independent. Both courts are independent. Clear? So that also we are going to cover in introduction classes itself. Clear? Once it is done, these things, after that to cover all these things definitely we require 3 classes minimums, 9 to 10 hours needed to it. Then we will move to part 1 of the constitution. नहीं उससे पहले we will move to one more chapter is that is called as preamble. So next chapter we will cover after introduction. First is preamble itself. preamble में we are going to cover lot of things. For example, in जो भी words है, okay, explain each word. जो भी word is like for example sovereignty, socialist, democratic, republic, every word we need to explain. Justice, social, economic, political justice, everything. Then we will cover use of preamble or importance of preamble. Correct? And then we will going to cover is it a part of constitution or not? Correct? Then we will cover amendment of preamble. So preamble has been amended also. We will cover about that. Like has been amended by 42nd Amendment Act 1976. So whenever we amend the constitution, we give number also. Like for example, this is the constitution. Correct? Day 1 mein you got the constitution. Now you are going to make some changes in it after 2 days. So first time you are going to change, we will call as first amendment. फिर 2-3 days later you require again changes are required. You again going to make some changes, that will call second amendment. So that is how many this is 42nd amendment. And कब किया, in which month, which year? 1976. So see constitution coming up कब आया आपका 26 November 1949 को, that has been given to us. Implemented 26 January 1950. So from 1950 to 1976, around more than 26 years. How many times we already amended? 42nd time. अब USA का देखो. USA constitution started its journey in 1789. Correct है ना? And for example till 2025, till today, how many times this USA constitution has been amended? So it has been amended total 27 times. And how many times Indian constitution has been amended from 1950s like till 2025? Around 106 times. So one thing is clear, it may be possible to amend Indian constitution, there is an easy process, and to amend US constitution there must be a difficult process. Correct or not? So this can be the logic. Otherwise, why actually so many from 1789, when we were actually in during time of Buxar, Plassey and all those times, okay? Because at that time even Mahatma Gandhi was not taken birth. Mahatma Gandhi has taken birth in 1869 and this is 1789 only, correct? So that is the case. Even Congress has not taken birth in India. Congress has taken birth in 1885. This is again 1789 only, correct? So simple logic is कि our process may be easy. Another reason may be possible this, like if you are having a book, in one book there is for example 1000 pages are there, and other book there is only 5 pages are there, where chances are more for correction, 1000 page book or 5 page book. 1000 because you will get more content to change it, to more content to find some problems. So Indian constitution is the lengthiest constitution. How many words are there in Indian constitution? Around 1.4 lakh words are there. कितने total words? 1.4 lakh. अब how many words in the USA constitution? 7,500. That is including the amendment. Otherwise US constitution is just 4,500 words only. But including amendment we can say that 7,000 or 7,500 words. यहाँ कितना है? 1.4 lakh words are there. Correct? So automatically chances are that you will get more opportunity to amend here itself. Clear अभी? अब 7,500 words कितना होता है? For example, when you write a mains exam, GS paper 1 you have to write around 3500 words, you will write answer or not? इतना तो लिखोगे ना. Second paper GS paper 2 same day you have to answer. GS paper 2 again you have to mention how many? 3500 equal to US Constitution within one day. अभी GS paper 3, GS paper 4, essay, language paper, optional paper वो तो टच ही नहीं किया. उतने में you are going to write I think US Constitution 3-4 times, but you can't touch this 1.4 lakh words. So this is the logic is कि this was amended more because it is flexible to amend and US Constitution is rigid to amend. In India only some parts are there जहाँ पे amendment process is rigid. Which part? Wherever state interest is involved. When we say federal, see, when we say term federal, so federal simply means क्या होता? Federal means there are two tier of government is there. Two tier means one level is union government and second level there is other state units are there. So that is called as federal government. That means union level one government and state level another government. That means you are having a prime minister also, you are having a chief minister also. That is called as federal government. If suppose example from India, every chief minister has been removed, there is no state government, only Modi ji, that's it, then that will not be federal form of government, that will be unitary government. Unitary means only one unit is there, correct? Federal means two units are there, one this, two tier, correct hai? So like Britain where there is no state government, so Britain is a unitary form of government. But USA में union पे we are having a president of USA and state government is there or not in USA? Yes, governor is there to take care of, because their governor is just like our state CM only, correct? So that US is also a federal government. So now you understood the term federal. So federal form of government means two tier of government. Clear? So preamble we will cover from it. So preamble में one class that is more than enough for 3 hours and preamble will be done. Any doubt till now? Then we will move to the part 1 of the Constitution. Okay. In the next class we will going to cover part 1. So part 1 basically we will cover from article number 1 से लेके article number 4. That is union and its territories. A union and its territories will be covered under it. Clear? So union and its territories here is. Under that you are going to cover like what is Union of India. We will cover what is territory of India, what is the difference between this, we will cover here itself, correct? Then we will cover formation of states, bifurcation of a state, like live will be done now.
Recording in progress.
Okay. Okay, so citizenship, Article 5 to 11. Citizenship is not that important topic actually for the exam purpose right now. Very few questions have been asked the last 10 years from the citizenship, because whatever the article numbers have been given, they are outdated right now. Like whatever the citizenship people got, they are not getting from this article number 5 से लेके till 5, 6, 7. They are getting from Citizenship Act of 1955 itself. Like for example, you are Indian citizen, correct? कैसे पता चला आपको? How you came to know that you are Indian citizen? Yes? नहीं, residents तो Bangladeshi, they are also living here. Yes? Birth, for example, if you have taken birth in USA, for example, your father, mother, they are going in USA and you have taken birth in USA, then you will not be Indian citizen. Birth में, for example, any foreign tourists they are visiting here and their child has taken birth in India, whether they are Indian citizen? Yes? Tax to only 3% Indians are paying. Otherwise, जो foreigners they are coming, whenever they purchase anything, they are also paying GST or not? Income tax, lot of Indians can 97% they are not paying income tax. Abhi. And when you go to the USA, there also you pay tax. When you go to Dubai, you have to pay VAT or not? 12%. You have to pay. Then how you will prove that you are Indian citizen? मुश्किल हो गया, मोटा भाई कैन आस्क, कैसे पता चलेगा यू आर इंडियन सिटीजन? यस, Aadhaar card, again Aadhaar card is not the proof of citizenship because many refugees, many Bangladeshis, they are having much better Aadhaar card with better photo. ठीक है, and this question was asked in the UPSC prelims also. Question was this कि which of the following Aadhaar card is the certificate of citizenship or not? Answer is no. Prelims में question was there. Yeah, birth certificate already, birth certificate only inform this what particular date and where you have taken the birth, that's it. Main important is not where you have taken birth. Birth certificate is when you have taken the birth. Importance of birth certificate क्या है? When, not where. Correct? So that we can know आपकी age कितनी है, that's it. And your father के पास तो birth certificate भी नहीं होगा because birth certificate compulsory started after only 1992. Before that 10th mark sheet was the birth certificate only. अभी by parents, suppose example your parents are coming from Bangladesh, if I claim, then how your parents will prove?
The 1951
Yes, your parents are not in 1951, your parents have taken birth in 1965, 1970, suppose example. Before that your grandparents, your grandparents are not here, then Motava need to go up. Yes, vote again. See, abhi SIR is going on, many names are not there. Correct? Difficult है कि नहीं? We are not having any card that can prove that we are Indian citizen. Yes, how you have received citizenship, that he was right because of by birth, by not by birth certificate.
amount of time being spent.
No, that is talks about only residency for the tax purpose. That is Income Tax Act 1961 is there. If you are living in India more than 182 days, then you have to pay income tax here. If you are living outside India more than 182 days, you have to pay there only. Okay, so again ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए कि you are paying both countries. Like for example, you are working in USA and you are living there itself. So you will send some money here, remittance. Of that remittance, again you need to pay tax here also 30%, and USA already paying 40% tax. Then what is left with you? So that is the reason, since you are living there, you have to pay tax there only. इसको बोलते हैं avoidance of double tax. Okay, correct or not? You should not pay tax in both countries. But यहाँ पे क्या होता है, sometimes problem हो जाता है कि other countries there is no tax, this country there is a tax, but you have chosen that country for the tax, but that country there is no tax. Correct है ना? So that is a problem basically Maldives वगैरह से. Clear है? So this is the case is, so whatever citizenship you are having, it is because of by birth itself, by birth, correct? Because you have taken birth here or anywhere, because your parents, either of the parents should be the Indian citizen. अब your parents they've got because their parents were Indian citizens. अब their 1950 में क्या था कि whosoever living in India, those who have taken birth in India, they are automatically the Indian citizen. So your grandfather or great grandfather, they have received citizenship automatically without any proof. And then from there your grandparent, your parent, you are getting through by birth itself, correct? But there is not a single card. But if any card which is closer to it, that is voter card. But again, voter card problem is only for above 18 years. Those who are below 18 years, they are not having even voter card also. And then for example passport, again passport is a document to travel out, it is not a citizenship card, correct? So we are not having any card which can prove that we are Indian citizen. So government is working that ki next time we are going to launch a citizenship card also. So now you understood. So you got citizenship through by birth, correct? Method of by, there is a 5 methods are there to get Indian citizenship. By birth, that you got it. By descent, by descent क्या होता है? Your parents are traveling to other country, your parents are working other country, and now child has taken birth in that country. Now that child can get Indian citizenship through descent because parents were Indian citizens. Or by registration, like you actually were Indian earlier, like your parents or grandparents, they were earlier, but after that you migrated to other country, now you are US citizens, but आपको मज़ा नहीं है, now you want to come back to India, so now you can come back through registration. Or for example you are completely foreigner, no connection with India, then you can get through nationalization, जिसको बोलते हैं नेचुरलाइजेशन प्रोसेस. विच प्रोसेस इज नेचुरलाइजेशन. नेचुरलाइजेशन मीन्स बाई नेचुरलाइज यू हैव टू नेचुरलाइज ऑल द customs, everything Indians, then only you can get to Indian citizen. And fifth is, suppose example India has taken over Pakistan, entire Pakistan now India only, or entire Balochistan is part of India. Now those who are living in Balochistan, where will they go? Automatically Indian citizens through basically take incorporating of the territory, we can get Indian citizens. Clear Abhi? So these are the 5 methods. So where these methods are mentioned, not these under Article 5 to 11, they are mentioned under Citizenship Act of 1955. That is the reason I am saying that is not important. Clear? So यहाँ पे we will cover citizens versus aliens. Citizens versus aliens means foreigners. Simple. Those who are not citizens, they are aliens only. Citizens versus aliens, we will cover it. Then rights of citizens or fundamental right. Some fundamental rights which are available only to the Indian citizens. जैसे हम लोग cover कर later we will cover like article number 15, article number 16, article 19, article 20 and article 30. These are the fundamental rights which are available only to the Indian citizens. They are not available to anyone. Any doubt till now? Then we will cover about NRI, non-resident Indians. Then we will cover overseas citizen of India, overseas citizen of India or person of Indian origin. Both are same now. PIO. Both are same. So ये कौन होते हैं? Over NRI तो already you are aware. ये like when you are going outside for the study purpose, for the job purpose, you are still holding the Indian passport, but you are not living here. You are living outside India. NRI. But OCA they are not Indian citizens actually. So they are not holding Indian passport. होता क्या है? But they have connection to the India. So we basically want some investment from these individuals. They are big individuals. So what we will give? We give them OCI card. OCI card say what benefit they will get it? They can visit India multiple times. No need to take any visa. Okay, so they are just like normal citizens. Like we, whenever we are returning our country, we can return easily. So same way they also can come to India multiple times in 1 year. No need to go to the police verification for them. Otherwise क्या होता है? Whenever they are coming and suppose example they want to stay more than 2 months, 3 months. क्या होता है? After some point of time they need to go to designated police station to tell them I am still here. But when you are having OCI card, no need to tell anything. Then you can do business also in India. Otherwise you are just a tourist only. Suppose example you are going to the USA as a tourist, but you start selling bada pav there. It is not allowed, correct? You cannot do this. You are going the tourist purpose only. But for OCI card के लिए there is not an issue. They can do every business, correct है ना? They can take educations from here. They can do any business. Only thing what they cannot do, these OCI card and PIO card holders, they cannot purchase agriculture land. They cannot purchase plantation wala land. Commercial land they can purchase. Whatever the flats are available, they can purchase, correct है ना, but they cannot purchase agricultural land and plantation land. Otherwise whatever we can do, they can do more than us, correct. They can purchase multiple flats. Can you purchase multiple flats? नहीं, हमारे पास पैसा ही नहीं है, ठीक है. They have money, correct है ना. So, see this way में कि you think that you have more rights. अब one more thing, they cannot contest election. Yes, they cannot you can contest elections definitely, but can you win? फिर से वहीं आ गए, ठीक है. They cannot become prime minister, so but you can contest. But what is the purpose to contest when I am 100% sure I will lose? And what is the use of that right you have given to me? So एक होता है rights we have given to you, but only for the token purpose only. You can contest for the MLA election, but you 100% know that you cannot win the election. Even your own family member will not give you vote. Others का तो छोड़ ही दो, correct है ना. Same for example, you are nothing, you are कोई भी नहीं हो, you are nowhere, no वजूद here in Bangalore. But suppose example BJP has given you ticket. Now chances that you can win the election. You have not done any work, no one knows you, but since BJP has given you ticket, just because of BJP, suppose example if you are not going to win the election, but still you will not going to lose by more than 50,000 or 40,000 votes, you still can get 4 to 5 lakh votes. Or you have done wonderful work here, and you are going to contest election on independent ticket, you cannot get more than 20,000 vote even. So this is the reality. The right to vote has been given, right to contest has been given, but you cannot win the election. Clear? So we will cover all those things under it. Then we will cover about Citizenship Act of 1955. Again, importance level very less. Now next is very important chapter, that is part 3rd. So here we will cover from article 12 say 35, from 12 to 35, correct. So here it is about fundamental right. We will cover. So categorization of fundamental rights you can get like 12 to 13 separate, 14 to 18 separate, 19 to 22 separate, 23 24 separate, 25 to 28 separate, 29 30 they are separate, 31 no, 32 separate, then 33 से 35 separate. So this is a categorization, we will cover that later. Like for example, this is right to equality, this is right to freedom, this is right against exploitation, this is right to freedom of religion, that is cultural and educational rights, right to property gone. 32 constitutional remedies. So under it we are going to cover some constitutional remedies, like we will cover habeas corpus 1, we will cover about mandamus, cover about prohibition, cover about next is certiorari, and 5th is qua warranto. These will be covered. Clear अभी? Any doubt till now? Okay, this is fundamental rights, we will cover under it. So this is very important chapter. Okay, most important chapter this itself. यहाँ पे definitely we are going to take not less than 5 classes. So around 15 hours we have to spend in this chapter itself, fundamental rights. यहाँ पे we are going to cover various Supreme Court judgment also. Various, मतलब most of the Supreme Court judgment you will cover under this chapter itself. So most of, in the sense, not less than 15 to 20 judgments you will cover. Clear? Next, and current affair perspective also, this chapter is very important. Whenever Supreme Court comes with any judgment which is related to the fundamental right, then that judgment becomes important for your exam purpose also. Like Supreme Court is coming regarding this, कि Supreme Court has said that कि this is basically important that police need to inform the family of the person who is arrested. This is a process that must they need to follow because this is a fundamental right. So this is important news now for you, correct or not? So for example, right to education, right to information, some कुछ अगर ऐसा बोल दे tomorrow, right to, okay, right to crime is a fundamental right. This is very important now because Supreme Court says that, correct? It will not be there, but I'm just taking example, like right to sleep is a fundamental right. Right to sleep is a fundamental right. Reason is this, because in middle of the night, police cannot come to your door and start arresting you. They have to wait till the sunrise. Same in case of women's also, no women can be arrested during the night time, correct? So that is the important, that because that is a fundamental right. So when Supreme Court comes with any judgment which is related to the fundamental right, where they are making basically pointed to any article number. Basically, आपका few article numbers always there in the news, like article number 19, article number 21, always they will be in the news, and 21 is very very important because it is a right to life. जितने भी important, like recently Delhi there was issue of pollution, very high AQI, that is also related to the article number 21 only, right to life. See, right to life with dignity means right to clean environment also. If there is no clean environment, what is the use of right to life then? Clear? Because see, if we need to live through the country, we need to live in the safe environment, the clean environment. That should be the first priority because people are paying tax. Okay, ऐसा नहीं कि government, this is not the duty of the government, this is the duty of the government only. So you can't claim every time मेरा भारत देश महान. Yes, मेरा भारत देश महान है, I understand, but peoples are not महान. Correct? So ऐसा for see, and that is the reason, and why this is a problem in it, कि how many Indians they have traveled outside. So entire India में how many percentage of Indians they are having passport? Around 6 to 7% Indians they are having passport. समझ रहे हो? 100% जिन 140 करोड़ में से only 6 to 7% they are having passport. अब सिर्फ passport है, whether you can travel outside? No. Money भी तो चाहिए, ठीक है? Then out of that, only for example 1% they have traveled, for example, outside India. अब सोचो 1% of, even though we take 140 crore, so how many Indians they traveled outside? 1 crore only. And these Indians are the taxpayers also. Because ultimately when you travel outside, simple meaning is this, your per capita income is high. So your income is high, so you are paying tax also. And you traveled outside, now you understood, okay, this country is not that great, other countries are still better. With more crowd, like for example, when we always claim everything to the crowd itself, to the population itself. Tokyo is having more population. Tokyo as a city in Japan, that is more population than Delhi or Mumbai or Bangalore. When how Tokyo has performed well compared to these three countries, when we say only about the population is more in Tokyo, but their government has built transport system in such a better way, people are using public transport always. They are not using private transport, correct or not? Now here why people are not using public transport? Because it is not available. Where it is available? आप बोलोगे मेट्रो है, डेफिनेटली मेट्रो है, बट आई एम लिविंग 2 किलोमीटर अवे फ्रॉम वन मेट्रो स्टेशन. Who will leave me from my house to that? What is the connectivity? How many number of buses we are having? Because when every bus, if you see in the morning or evening, they are full only. That means we have not built a proper public transport system, correct or not? So that is the reason is people are not demanding here to the government also, because they have not seen the better world. Only 1% has seen the better world, and they are not the proper voter also. See, this is the best scheme. Like for example, in India, 10 peoples are there. In out of 10, one is paying tax, and he is getting lot of good money. Correct? 9 peoples are poor. As a politician, what should I do to improve the condition of 9 people so that their per capita income should also improve? As a politician, should I do or not? But what I will do? I will tax heavily that one individual. I will target that one individual. I will say that nine. I will say to the 9 individuals, those who are poor, you are poor because of this one guy only. So I will going to take 10 rupees from that individual. 1 rupees I will keep in my pocket. 9 is still left. That 9 I will distribute to the 9 individuals. Now who is unhappy? That one individual. But how many votes I got now in return? 9 votes. How many votes I lost? 1 vote. This is a Ponzi scheme or not? This is the world's biggest Ponzi schemes we are running in democratic countries right now, especially those countries which are socialistic oriented, not capitalist. है कि नहीं? India में we are doing this or not? Yes, somehow we need to target those only, correct? Now who will generate the job? Government cannot generate the job because government business is not to do the business. Government business is not to do the business. Government business is to regulate the business. Correct? कोई गलत ना करे. We need to do this only. We should not do own business. Correct है ना? That is the work of private sector only. अब private sector के लिए क्या? You have to incentivize them. Then only they will do. What you will do? Take money from them, give to the. अब that individual 1 rupees they are getting, whether their per capita income will increase? नहीं, उनको कुछ भी होने वाला नहीं है उनसे. But if you ask that one individual, ठीक है, see, like example, when you are working, for example, normal government job, you are like bank PO, you are doing job, extra money you will get it because that like your salary is 90,000 rupees or 60,000 rupees. Your spending and your saving is 10,000 rupees per month. What will you do with that saving? You will put in the bank, you will put in the mutual fund. ऐसा तो नहीं होगा you will start running a business with 10,000 rupees. 10,000 में who will going to run the business? Correct है ना? But suppose example one rich individual like Ambani, Adani or any Tata Birla, when they get some extra profit like 50,000 crore rupees, what they will do? They will invest in mutual fund or they will going to open one more new business. New business. They will generate revenue or not? They will generate job or not? Or if they also put the money in the FD only bank mein, whether they will going to generate any money? They will going to generate they will generate money, but whether they will get any job generation? No. So that is the reason is rich individuals, whenever they are having more money, they always reinvest that money. Correct or not? Because they are profit oriented actually. They are doing not because they are very good people. ऐसा भी नहीं, they are very good people, they want to do everything. Because ऐसा करते करते they are doing good for others also. Main aim there is to do good to themselves only, but ultimately they are doing good to others also. Correct? And same for example, when Ambani has spent a lot of money in a child marriage, people are criticizing why this guy is spending so much money. Suppose if he is not spending, then what he will do? Whether he is going to distribute to anyone, he will keep in his own pocket. Correct? Na? Then what is the benefit he has done? See, when he spends the money, one person is spending is always other person's earning. है कि नहीं? Like when you go to outside, when you purchase something, that person that is earning or not? So spending is always better. A rich individual, they need to do a lot of spending. Correct? So these things also you need to understand from the newspaper. Why I am saying that? Ki you should not always have that orientation ki poor is always good, poor is always honest. Rich also can be honest, rich also can be corrupt. Poor also can be honest, poor also can be corrupt. See, you are against corruption. If I ask, if you go to your family and ask whether they are against corruptions or not, yes, they are against corruptions. Why they are against corruptions? Because they are not getting opportunity to do corruption. Correct again? If they also getting opportunity, then they also okay, corruption is fine. Otherwise, when you are going to clear the exam, आप बोलो आई विल नॉट डू एनी करप्शन, आपके पापा बोलेंगे नहीं ऐसे नहीं चलेगा. बाजू में दूसरा गुप्ता जी का बेटा है, that has purchased 20 acres of land. They will not question how that individual have purchased 20 acres of land, whether by doing corruption or their salary. They are not going to question to Gupta ji, hey Gupta ji, your daughter or son is doing this job, salary should not be more than 1.5 lakh rupees. How that guy has purchased 20 acres of land? No, but they will appreciate 20 acres of land. And they will give this story to you also so that you also should do the corruption only. So everyone is against corruptions because they are not able to get opportunity to do corruption. That's it. और अगर सोचो एग्जाम्पल यू आर एट दिस पोजिशन वेन यू कैन डू करप्शन एंड स्टिल यू आर नॉट डूइंग करप्शन, दैट इज द बेस्ट थिंग एक्चुअली. हाउ मेनी इंडिविजुअल सच? वेरी फ्यू. करेक्ट? समझ में आ गया अभी फंडामेंटल राइट्स. देन नेक्स्ट इज पार्ट फोर्थ. वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट दिस पार्ट फोर्थ. DPSP. So here we cover from article number 36 लेके till article number 51. Okay. Directive principles of the state policy. This is directive principles of the state policies. So this is important basically for various social sector schemes. This is very important because it is fundamental in the governance of the country. So if any question is coming about the governance, you have to keep focus on DPSP, Directive Principles of the State Policy. Their instructions has been given to the government. You what those items, that is Gandhian principle. Whichever is that, we cannot expect that these things can be in India in 1960s. Like for example, early childhood education. We never thought earlier. पहले तो जब तक बच्चा 6th standard, 6th year, 5th year, now we never sent to the child to the school. Right now there is a preschool, LKG, UKG, Parleji चल गया है ना. Earlier such cases were not there, correct? So that is liberal principle then. Environment protection, liberal principle only. So like for example, so some principles are liberal, some are Gandhian, some majority are these two only, socialistic and Gandhian principles in this DPSP. Clear? Next is, and उसमें से सबसे important articles will be there. For example, 39B and 39C. This is very important articles because that is the foundation of socialism in India. If we need to check which article numbers are there which actually prove that India is a socialistic country, and this is article number 39B and 39C. So even though the term socialism, it was added in our preamble by 42nd Amendment 1976, but that does not mean India was not a socialistic country. Because when we read article 39B and 39C, they were present in original constitution already. So they definitely prove that India was a socialistic country indirectly already. Clear? After that, what we need to cover is clash between fundamental right and the DPSP. That is conflict between fundamental rights and the DPSP, where you will cover various cases. Like one case is Dorai Rajan, Champakam Dorai Rajan case you will cover. यहाँ पे हम लोग कवर करेंगे बेसिकली द क्लैश बिटवीन आर्टिकल 46 वर्सेस फॉर एग्जांपल आर्टिकल नंबर 15 क्लैश. ओके, 46 DPSP, आर्टिकल नंबर 15 फंडामेंटल राइट. सो होता क्या है, व्हेन मेजरली व्हेन वी सी फंडामेंटल राइट वर्सेस DPSP, फंडामेंटल राइट basically will get upper hand compared to DPSP. Reason is this, because fundamental right, they are justiciable in nature, and DPSP, they are non-justiciable in nature. So what is the meaning of this term justiciable? Means whenever your fundamental right gets violated, we can approach to the court for the enforcement of those fundamental rights. But for DPSP, we cannot approach to the court for the enforcement of the DPSP. So they are just instructions have been given to the government. If they follow, it is fine. If they do not follow, chances are that in the next elections people will not give them vote. Simple, correct? So जब ये हुआ 46 and 15 में which article we need to follow, then definitely 15 comes under fundamental right. This should be followed. But 46 it is the DPSP. But उन्होंने बोला ठीक है ऐसा करते हैं. There is two articles are there, article number 39B and article number 39C. They are always greater than two article number, that is article number 14 and article number 19. Correct? Rest of the case में basically fundamental right they are greater than DPSP. This we will cover in that conflict. Key that means अगर normally we check it, then fundamental rights they're always greater than in the sense कि whenever there is a clash, who will win? Fundamental right. But if these two DPSP they are clashing with two fundamental right 14 and 19, then these two DPSP will win over 14 and 19. But suppose example if these two DPSP 39B 39C they clash one more fundamental at 21, then 21 will be implemented, not 39B 39C. Understood? So 39B and 39C can defeat only two fundamental 14 and 19 but no other fundamental right. Clear or not? Other जो DPSP they definitely will go less than fundamental right. Clear? We will cover about it in detail. Abhi right now you will feel some difficulty to understand, but when we take in the class then at that time it is very easy. Clear abhi? DPSP done. Then you will cover for example some DPSP, but they are not DPSP but they are also just like instruction, but they are given outside part 4th. We will cover that later. Then next is part 4th A, that is fundamental duties, and that is article number 51A. Fundamental duties. So part 4th A it was added by, because wherever see one more thing, जहाँ पे भी you see this capital letter, like for example you see like 243A, you see like article number 243 this, or you see like 323B, ये capital letter है. That means that was not the part of original constitution, it was added later only. So this is also part 4th A, 51A. So it was added by 42nd Amendment Act 1976. So there are total 11 fundamental duties are there. 10 plus 1. 10 fundamental duties added by which amendment number? 42nd. One fundamental duty was added by 86th Amendment Act 2002. Total 11 fundamental duties are there. जिसमें 10 were added by 42nd Amendment and 1 DPSP is added by 86th Amendment से. इसी 86 से if you check it, we have added Article 21A, right to education. Correct? इसी से we have actually changed the content of one more article, that is article number 45. Article 45 is a DPSP. Because DPSP कहाँ से था? 36 से लेकर till 51. So that is in between only. So content of this article has been changed and one new article also has been added, fundamental right 21A. Clear? And one fundamental duty was added. तो क्या थी ड्यूटी थी? वो है right to education. Right to education has been given to children of the age of 6 to 14 years. अब these 6 to 14 years के जो बच्चे हैं, they will go to school on their own or parents need to push them? Parents need to, guardian. So that is the duty of the parents or गार्जियन टू सेंड देयर चिल्ड्रन टू स्कूल, अपनी मर्जी से तो जाएंगे नहीं, दे विल वॉच टीवी, कोको मेलन देखना है, करेक्ट है ना. सो दैट ड्यूटी हैज़ बीन इनक्लोज्ड हियर इट्स. जो 11th ड्यूटी, दैट इज दिस ड्यूटी ओनली टू द पेरेंट्स और द गार्जियंस टू सेंड देयर वार्ड और चिल्ड्रंस टू द स्कूल. क्लियर अभी. सो दैट इज वाई दे आर इंटरकनेक्टेड टू ईच अदर. Done this. Next thing we will cover after that. Now union government पे आ जाएंगे. Everything is done. Now come to the union government. So here we cover chapter is that is President of India. This will be covered. President of India. Here we will cover everything: power, function, veto power, ordinance making power, pardon power. We will cover about the president: veto power, ordinance making power, pardon power. We will cover president vis-a-vis prime minister. दोनों की what is the difference? Correct? President versus prime minister. Clear अभी. President vis-a-vis prime minister we will cover, or we can say constitutional position of the president. Whether is a debate कि whether president is supreme or prime minister is supreme. Okay, who is having the actual power, whether president or the prime minister? Then in the debate it will come to know it is the prime minister who is holding the actual power, it is not the president. Clear? We will cover under this itself. Once it is done, then second we will move to the vice president chapter. Then we will move to attorney general. After attorney general we will move to chapter that is called as parliament. So here in the parliament we will talk about Lok Sabha, Raj Sabha. Then officers of Lok Sabha and Raj. Officers means like a speaker, deputy speaker, correct? It simply means speaker, deputy speaker, chairman, डिप्टी चेयरमैन, चेयरपर्सन भी बोल सकते हैं. देन लीडर ऑफ पोजीशन, देन whip, लीडर ऑफ हाउस, करेक्ट. उसके बाद मनी बिल, फाइनेंशियल बिल, कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल अमेंडमेंट बिल, देन ऑर्डिनरी बिल वर्सेस मनी बिल, देन प्राइवेट मेंबर बिल, These things we are going to cover. So chapter Parliament is a lengthy chapter, just like fundamental right. It is also going to take some time. So President chapter was another lengthy, यहाँ पे at least 2 classes or 2.5 classes we require, and Parliament chapter at least 3 classes we needed to complete it. Clear? उसके बाद next is question hours. That also we need to cover. Question hour, 0 hour. Correct? And this is also a very important chapter. Especially जो अभी ये पढ़ ये this is very important. Money bill, financial bill, ordinary bill versus money bill, that is very important for the exam point of view. Once Parliament chapter is done, then we can move to the state also, like governor, like state legislative assembly or council. So some states are having 2 houses, Vidhan Sabha and Vidhan Saudha. Okay, Parishad जिसको बोलते हैं हिंदी में, legislative councils. So only I think how many 6 states are there which are having this second house. Okay, like for example, Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, Maharashtra, Karnataka, Andhra Pradesh, Telangana. These are the 6 states. Earlier Jammu and Kashmir was also having, but it is not a state right now. We will cover about them also. And then, so state is completed here itself. Okay, state CM very small है, कोई ज़्यादा बड़ा चीज चैप्टर नहीं है. सेम वहाँ प्राइम मिनिस्टर we will cover, because this is just a repetition, because same type of government we are having at the state level, just like copy paste of central government. So same scheme, same method, same process is available at the state level. Next is judiciary. Judiciary में सुप्रीम कोर्ट, हाई कोर्ट, सबऑर्डिनेट कोर्ट, देन लोक अदालत, फास्ट ट्रैक कोर्ट, then judicial reform, that is needed here for means perspective. Judicial reform. Okay, जिसमें for example we will cover about collegium system, pendency of cases, any doubt till now? Once it is done, after that we can cover emergency chapter. Okay, so emergency chapter में 3 types of emergencies are there. Article 352, 356 and 360. So 352 national emergency, 356 constitutional emergency, and this is financial emergency. National emergency, constitutional state emergency, राष्ट्रपति शासन, constitutional emergency, and third is financial emergency. So this already done in India. This to multiple time has been done. This has not been done any more time. Correct? So financial emergency has never been imposed in India. That we are, this is also important chapter, emergency. And next is, and इसमें सबसे important is we need to cover about Art 358 versus article number 359. So article 358 versus 359, it is about fundamental rights. कि whenever emergency has been imposed, your fundamental rights will not be available. So under article 358, only article 19 will not be available, and under article 3, article 32 will not be available. Correct? That means you cannot approach to the court if your fundamental rights gets violated. Yes, except article 20 and article 21, they always will be available. No matter which emergency has been imposed, article 20 and 21 they always will going to be available. इसी इमरजेंसी में we will cover Saha Commission report. Basically, when this national emergency 1975 wala it was imposed, lot of fundamental right gets violated. So because of that, Saha Commission was set up. Saha Commission has given recommendation. Based on that, some things has been corrected there by 44th amendment. So there are two important amendments are there. 42nd में सारी problems has been done, and 44th में everything has been corrected. Clear अभी? Next will be central state relations. Central state relations. Correct? इसमें we will cover about legislative relations, administrative relations, and financial relations. There is no judicial relations because judiciary is integrated here in India. Clear अभी? Center state relations done. इसी में we will cover interstate relations also. Center means center versus state. यहाँ पे state to state also. And then we will cover some commissions report like Sarkaria Commission, and recently it is Punchi Commission. And here we can cover one more thing is that is called as Interstate Council. Under article number 263 we can cover that also. Then we can cover about cooperative federalism. Then we can talk about competitive federalism. Sometimes we can call about bargaining federalism also. Bargaining federalism क्या होता है? State bargain with the center. If you do this, if you provide me this much fund, I will accept your proposal. That is bargaining type things happening. So we will cover all those things under it. Once that is done, next chapter will move on. Local self government जिसमें रूरल गवर्नमेंट, दैट इज ग्राम पंचायत, एंड urban governance we will cover under that. Municipalities, so here article numbers we will cover like from article number 243 से लेके till article number 243 ZG. Once local self government done, then we can read about official language, then scheduled tribe and tribal areas, we can cover that part also. Once it is done, then we will move to constitutional bodies, those bodies which are mentioned in the constitution. Example, election commission, UPSC, finance commission, CAG, correct? We will cover about them. Or non-constitutional bodies like NHRC, okay, that National Commission, NHRC, National Human Rights Commission, okay, National Commissions for Women, National Commission for Backward Class, correct, and Minority National Commission, and one more bodies यहाँ पे आपका है, that is अभी backward class will not be the non-constitutional bodies because it is a constitutional body now. Here National Commission for SC different, ST different, and backward class different. Three national commissions: National Commissions for SC, National Commission for ST, and National Commission for backward class. वहाँ पे National Commission for Women and National Commission for Minorities, that is non-constitutional bodies. उसके बाद we can cover under it CBI, CBC, लोकपाल, अभी चर्चा में हमेशा रहता है आजकल, ED, CBI तो चर्चा में नहीं है ना, right now only ED everyone is coming, so about that also ED. Correct है? Then about this थोड़ा major में we need to cover is because this is for this purpose, mains exam purpose, election commissions related things like Representative People's Act we need to cover. Representative of People's Act 1950 and 1951, two acts are there we need to cover. We need to cover about electoral reform, model, or we need to cover about criminalization of politics. We need to cover about politicization of criminals, criminalization of politics or politicization of criminals. When I say criminalization of politics, that means criminals are entering into politics. They themselves are contesting elections. When we say politicization of criminals, that means politicians, they are saving criminals by protecting them. दोनों में अंतर समझ में आ गया? तो पहले इंडिया में फर्स्ट वी हैव स्टार्टेड विद पॉलिटिसाइजेशन ऑफ क्रिमिनल्स, कि पॉलिटिशियंस दे वर प्रोटेक्ट गिवन प्रोटेक्शन टू द क्रिमिनल्स, देन criminals thought directly why we cannot contest elections, now we need to contest elections directly, so that became now criminalization of politics. Clear? When Bahubali, they start contesting the elections itself, that is criminalization of politics. So we will cover about this electoral bond, EVM, debate, correct? Electoral bond, then model code of conduct, model code of conduct we need to cover. Clear? So I think already जितना whatever the syllabus has been given, next आपका और भी होगा, it is comparison of constitution. Comparison of constitution with other countries. Other countries में we will not compare with every country, especially USA, UK, France, Germany. That is more than enough. Any doubt? So this is entire polity syllabus GS paper 2 I have covered. This much we have to complete actually. समझ में आ रहा है? Okay. Any doubt till now? Okay. So all micro topics have been covered. Now comes to the importance of questions. And then for example, prelims mein how many questions have been asked in the UPSC? Again, like when we said 2015, around 14 questions have been asked in 2015 from the polity itself. And then 11, 2017, 29 questions. See, one third paper from polity only. Automatically cutoff will going to increase. Correct? Here again, some current affair also questions will be there, but their current affair from the polity itself. That is the reason I have added into that. But static portion, if you are not aware, then that current affair questions you cannot solve also. Then 2018, like 17, 2019, around 13 questions have been asked, and then 2020, 19 questions, 2021 COVID time, 22 questions have been asked, then 2022, 14 questions, 2023, again 14 questions have been asked, and then 2024, 22 questions, 2025, again 14 questions, prelims. So I told you average 15 से 20 questions they are asking. See 14, 14, 14. अगर हम this average ही ले लें से, still is coming more than 14 or not? क्योंकि minimum is 14 here. Clear? Now from where maximum questions? See, ऐसा नहीं होगा कि every chapter is important. There is always a Pareto principles, Pareto optimality principles 80-20. There are 20% topics are there, from there 80% questions are coming. So we need to find out those 20% topics in from each and every syllabus, okay, or subjects. How we will going to find out? Through PYQ only. Previous year questions, if we check it, we can understand how many questions are coming from various chapters. ठीक है? So if you check it there, then maximum questions are coming. For example, जो important chapters हैं, so first important chapter, that is fundamental right, DPSP and duties. So fundamental right plus DPSP plus duties. Maximum questions in the last, for example, 10 years, if we check it, around 28 plus questions have been asked from these three chapters itself. Second important chapter, that is called as Parliament, Political System, Executive. Executive means President, Prime Minister, and then salient features. Salient features of the Indian Constitution, like federalism versus unitary, rigid feature versus flexible, from there. Then sixth, judiciary. Judiciary means Supreme Court basically. 7, amendment of the Constitution. Preamble. Then center state relation. This is decreasing order. As we are coming down, number of questions gets reduced. Like center state relations, last 10 years से 4 questions have been asked, only 4. जबकि fundamental right उस हिसाब से 28 questions. Clear?
Prelims or mains?
It is for prelims. Correct? Mains में again it got reduced again. Prelims में still they are asking from so many chapters. Mains में they got reduced again. For example, only president chapters will be there, governor chapter will be there. Okay. Or for example, center state relations or local self government bus. That's it. 4 chapters. Clear? Center state relations, then elections, local self government, elections, local self government, correct, and then constitutional bodies. Constitutional bodies. Then emergency and citizenship. Citizenship, I told you, very less number of questions. It is the relevant chapter. So now suppose example you have less time, you have to revise. So आप ऐसा नहीं कि you have just open the Lakshmikant citizenship chapter, union parts, नहीं. We have to focus only on fundamental right, DPSP, that chapter, and then for example salient features, executive, president, parliament, that's it. You should not read entire Lakshmikant again. So only first 5 to 6 chapters, whatever we have mentioned, if you are able to get that also, na, is still around more than 70% questions UPSC is going to ask in the prelims, you can solve it. So this is a trick basically to prepare for the UPSC. Preparation does, see, ऐसा कभी नहीं होगा. For example, you can say that, sir, this time they can ask all the questions from there only. See, they are not going to ask like 2 questions from the citizenship, 2 questions from this. No, that is irrelevant paper itself then. Clear? So that is how we need to prepare for the UPSC. अगर हम मेंस की बात करें, for the mains important chapters, fundamental right plus DPSP, very important. Second chapter is president. Third is vice president plus governor chapter. Then center state relations. Fourth is local self government. मतलब और से भी क्वेश्चन they can ask definitely, but these are the chapters जहाँ से maximum questions you will get. And 6th chapter you can add about the parliament also. So अगर polity का, if we need to talk about the polity, then more than 50%. They are easy questions, easy, more than 50%. 40% they are moderate. Again, they are not difficult, they are moderate level only. So, how many difficult? Only hardly 10%. So 20 questions they are asking, 10% means 2 questions. That is the reason I told you we can solve 18 questions. Correct? And one more thing, 75% from standard source only. More than 75 standard source. That means they are not coming from the random book. Whatever the book I told you is from that book only. 20% only hardly from the newspaper. But again I am telling you कि even though you've not read newspaper but you have read static portion, still you can solve those questions. So good thing about is least randomness. Least randomness. Like ancient India questions too much randoms. Tamil Nadu and state board exams, state board books they have asked questions. आपने एनसीईआरटी पढ़ा उन्होंने तमिलनाडु एनसीईआरटी they have given. So randomness will be there. यहाँ पे least randomness will be there because we know the chapters, we know the topics. From there only questions will be there. Correct? So Indian polity is very high yield area. This is very high yield. करेक्ट क्योंकि ऑलरेडी 13 to 14 क्वेश्चन एवरी ईयर. ऐसा नो ईयर कोई भी आपको ईयर देखा आपने जहाँ पे लेस देन 13 टू क्वेश्चन होंगे. 12 to 13 तो मिनिमम फ्रॉम द पॉलिटी इटसेल्फ. एन स्टैटिक मैक्सिमम इज देयर. सो गुड थिंग इज दिस because see randomness can be possible in the current affair. Like you missed 3-4 current affair and question came from there only, randomness will be high. But if question is more static oriented, randomness will be less because all are coming from the static book only and that book definitely you have read. कोई चांस नहीं है कि फॉर एग्जाम्पल यू आर रीडिंग लक्ष्मीकांत एंड यू फॉरगेट टू रीड लाइक पार्लियामेंट चैप्टर. कैसे हो सकता है भाई? बट करंट अफेयर में दैट इज पॉसिबल. प्रेडिक्टेबल क्वेश्चंस विल बी देयर. अगेन पॉलिटी में हाउ नहीं कैसे क्वेश्चन प्रेडिक्टेबल कि वी कैन प्रिडिक्ट इजिली कि सच क्वेश्चन कैन बी आस्क्ड. And repetitive themes, I told you, repetitive themes means same question, same type of question they're asking from the same chapters. So repetitive themes, static, high yield area and concept based है. Little bit application, too much application नहीं, little bit application. So such things they are asking from the Indian polity. Any doubt till now? कोई डाउट? Everyone understood this syllabus? Right? So this is about Indian polity है. Same for mains also. We need to read from the same book. Again for the mains, Lakshmikant alone will not be sufficient. Okay, because the reason is this, Lakshmikant purely oriented to the prelims purpose only. But again mains maybe you require that. For example, question is coming about election commission, electoral reform or appointment in the election commission. Can you answer without reading the static portion? You have to be aware about how the appointment presently is happening in the election commission. That you will read from where? Main Lakshmikant only. If question is about the governor, the governor post is a little bit controversial post, whether we need to abolish this governor post or not. So you will read about the governor from the static portion only, Lakshmikant itself. Then over that you can make your own commentary. Correct? And that is the reason is, again you require Lakshmikant only. But in the class notes I told you 40% I am going to take extra. That 40% will be for the mains exam purpose only. Clear? Like Lakshmikant mein you will not get comparison of the constitution, you will get from the class notes. अब यहाँ पे भी how we are going to cover the comparison. Comparison के लिए we will not going to wait for the last class. जैसे for example we were covering chapter president. So यहाँ पे directly we can compare Indian president versus US president versus France. So you can understand also easily. Same when we are covering Parliament, Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha, immediately we can compare Indian Lok Sabha with House of Representative with House of Commons of the UK. Same Rajya Sabha with Senate with House of Lords of the UK. तीनों कवर हो गए आपके सेम प्लेस पे सेम वाइस प्रेसिडेंट सेम वे वी कैन व्हेन फंडामेंटल राइट वी आर कवरिंग सो फंडामेंटल राइट के साथ वी कैन कवर Magna Carta also, we will cover Bill of Rights also, we will cover United Nations Declaration of Human Rights also together only. So that will be at same place. You can understand them easily then. This is how we are going to complete comparison of the Constitution. Clear? Okay, so any doubt now? You can ask. So because I have completed all the intro part, I have done it. So if any doubt, you can ask to me. No? Done? Okay, thank you. So after that, you are having class? Afternoon, there is no class, correct? This is only one class. Okay, thank you.